Hello, everyone. Happy Thursday. It's almost Friday. Right, let's get into it. A couple of interesting things today. Well, what do we have here? Thank you so much, Church Nelly, for posting the links. Hi, Louise. Hey, Kennetha. Hey, Pelena. Hey, Miss Levy. Hey, Joyce. All right, let's get into it, shall we? First and foremost, the Not My King folks, they bought all the merch. Flags, t-shirts, and everything over down under. I haven't seen any pictures of Charles and Camilla. Are they there yet? Not that I'm really following it incredibly closely, but I've seen more of the Not My King folks than I have of Charles and Camilla. The main thing I'm wondering is how he got this pole through baggage claim. A hell of an accomplishment itself. It's going to be interesting to see what type of crowd show up for Charles and Camilla, if any at all. You'll probably get a bigger Not My King protest crowds than the actual crowds. Also, over in Malta, Ford Fiesta and Edwina are really looking like they are hating life. I really don't believe that anybody in this institution really likes being in this institution. I mean, Harry said himself, like, they're trapped. They stay because they don't really have an option to leave. And even if they did have the option to leave, well, I mean, they could, but they've got nothing to go for them outside of this institution. I mean, Sophie right here just looks so miserable. Edward at least is trying. I think he's just happy to be out the house in another country, and it's Malta, so it's probably a little bit more warm. So they are in Malta right now on some kind of state visit. For what I don't know, it is meant to be the. Let me just check. Somebody said it was the independence of Malta. Was it meant to be the? Right, let me check. Somebody actually posted about this. Let's have a look now. Oh yes, it's the 50th anniversary of Malta becoming a republic. 60th anniversary of its independence. So why did they choose this time specifically? Did they go? I mean, you know how backwards the royal household is when it comes to these things, backwards and no sense of self-awareness. Celebrating their independence, and then the royals, come marching along. Anywho, that's why they're there. But Sophie, it would appear, is just she's had absolutely enough, and this happened. I'll play that again. Now, notice there's actually notice that Edward isn't even nudging her or anything. He's just looking at her confused. I'm like, how do you not tell her that he's trying to shake the prime minister is trying to shake your wife's hand? She was just in her own world. Anyway, it must be absolutely exhausting to fake happiness in a life that you dislike. But when smiling, waving, and shaking hands is what we're paying you 500 million a year for, can you please at least do that right? Let's get your comments. Oh, Kathy G, thank you so much for being a member for 30 months. Jealousy is the tribute mediocrity pays to genius. Yes. Appreciate you very much, Kathy G. I mean, 30 months membership. Like, wow, you've been here for that long. Oh, Christine, I'm so happy the paperback copy of the book arrived. I hope you all enjoy it and find inspiration and upliftment. Waiting for a deranger to write a similar book. What have you been inspired to do, derangers, by your faves? Please give us that book. We're waiting. Oh, speaking of derangers and haters, Liz Cundy, if you were to put a T where the D in her second name is, it would be far more accurate. She's been trying to come for Meghan to get clicks. She was apparently at this event. She wore a red dress, absolutely nowhere near as classy or as beautiful as Meghan's. And Lizzie here is nowhere near, in general, as classy and beautiful as Meghan. And here she is, this person who literally, I think, met Meghan once, or they briefly texted or something when Meghan had come over to the UK, and then never, Meghan probably realised what an awful person this is, and wanted nothing to do with her. Saying that, they wore a similar dress, that people weren't talking to Meghan inside, making up all sorts of nonsense just for an extra few clicks. And the only time this woman seems to really make any headlines is when she has something to say about Meghan. A woman who once said, "My new vajayjay is so tight it squeaks when I walk." Please keep our good sis out of your mouth. These worms that come out the ground. I mean, she's actually followed up with another post. I think in the, I don't know what newspaper this is, the Sun, the Daily Mail, where they've got a picture of Meghan and her together, and she's tagged it with "Who wore it best." I'm wondering, because Meghan has been associated with this hospital before. So did someone maybe guess that she may be at this event and send a troublemaker? Either way, it's pretty low class that she's trying to ride off the back of this and get some extra clicks and making drama when this event was literally for sick children and a hospital. And you're trying to make drama from this? Says a lot about you. Anyway, back over in the UK, William, he is obviously president of BAFTA. So he has been doing some show up and smile and wave duties for BAFTA. Now, we all remember back in February 2024 when he had this interesting one in with a bunch of actresses where he was asking about the movie and telling jokes. Obviously, he hadn't done his research, and I think the movie in question was actually about sexual assault. And that's why their expressions were just like, "What are you on about?" And the same thing happened the other day. And the same thing seems to happen quite frequently with William, where people just give him this confused look. You can tell that every single person in these pictures were made to be there by their employer. Like that's what this is giving. I was made to be here by my employer. I don't actually want to be here. They're not even paying me overtime. And I won't be able to get a free therapy session from my GP. But I have to be here. Oh, the charisma of a mackerel. Oh, it's Rahini here. Hey, Rahini. Do you know, the book rollout has not happened exactly the way I wanted it to. So I'm sorry that we still haven't been able to have like a nice reading, like the way that I wanted it to be. But Rahini, if you're still up for it, eventually we will have one. Maybe when I eventually get around to doing like a giveaway, that would be nice. I think if we do like a giveaway and like a squad chat, still taking up your offer, Rahini, to do a chapter reading. Yeah, Kevin G, who says something like that? Liz Cundy does. That's who says something like that. Exactly. When you compare Sheehan to Carolina Herrera, Oh, Christine, do you have the travel book as well? Thank you so much. Janita, Janita, I'm not even gonna read your comment. Everybody who saw Janita's comment is laughing. I won't say it for the internet censors. Irene as well. Oh my gosh, you guys kill me. Oh dear. Anywho, moving swiftly on. Moving swiftly on. Okay, Taylor Swift. So it's now come out that Taylor Swift got high-level security style, royal style security after government ministers stepped in. So this is when she was in the UK for her concerts. Now let me just say that I do believe that Taylor Swift requires extra security. We all remember the Manchester event, with Ariana Grande's concert, where there was an attack. And one of the motives that it was said that guy went after a particularly Ariana Grande concert was, he was targeting, young free girls. And that was like, it was almost like an incel related attack. That was like one of the motivations. And Taylor has been the target of misogyny and all types of nuts. I think she's become like this symbol of like female empowerment. And there was also the foiled attempts in Vienna. There was somebody planning a terrorist attack there, similar thing. And then we had, the tragic event that happened in Southport. So I'm actually surprised that she wasn't offered extra security in the first place, and that there wasn't extra security at the event. That no one in the appropriate authorities saw it fit to have extra security. Because I do believe that Taylor, and it's been shown like with the foiled event in Vienna, is a target for certain type of nuts because of what some people feel she represents. Attacks on the fact that she's a childless woman and all of that kind of misogyny that surrounds her. But the fact that she would be given this high level of security that is usually reserved for royals and diplomats shows that when the appropriate authorities want to give someone security, they will. Now, in this case, what is a little bit more controversial is that originally they weren't going to give her the security, and there was talks that she bribed ministers with tickets. So I'm going to read an article on this, and then y'all can decide how you feel. But the obvious issue here, with all of that said, the obvious issue here is the fact that a celebrity, an overseas celebrity, would be given the style of security that somebody like Harry and his wife requires, and they have denied him of. That's obviously the main issue here. So the European leg of Taylor's Eras tour had two separate concert residences at Wembley Stadium in England, one in June, and then she ended the European leg coming back to Wembley for 5 nights in August. The August concert dates came after she had to cancel her Austrian concerts at the last minute because of very serious terrorist threats. Taylor's nerves were shot, and she was incredibly concerned about her fans' safety and her own safety, which is why Taylor and her team apparently demanded police escorts throughout her concert series at Wembley. The police gave her the VIP service, but now there's some kind of investigation as to why Taylor gets better police security than Prince Harry would have gotten. Top Labour politicians have been accused of pressing police to give Taylor Swift a royalty-style blue light escort to Wembley. cops were reluctant to grant her the VVIP service, which comes at a huge expense to the taxpayer. Swift's mum and manager, Andrea, is said to have threatened to axe the August shows unless a police convoy was provided. It followed a foiled Esseeside bomb plot in Austria the previous week. Senior cops agreed to it after personal interventions by Home Secretary Yvette Cooper and London Mayor Sadiq Khan. VVIP protection is usually for senior royalty and politicians. Even Prince Harry would not get the same treatment after losing a court case over the downgrading of his security. The Special Escort Group of motorcyclists has a strict policy of not being used for private individuals. It is understood that chiefs oppose providing protection for billionaire Swift and her entourage. Revelations over the security came after Labour politicians have been criticised for devouring freebies. Miss PM Keir Starmer and Mr. Khan were among those who received free tickets for the Wembley gigs. Ex-Met Commander John O'Connor insisted police should be left alone to make operational decisions. This interference creates a perception there is no such thing as a free lunch or concerts. The Met is unable to provide security for Prince Harry, but he must be in at least as much danger as Taylor Swift. The SEG is dedicated to the very serious business of protecting the royal family, senior government ministers, and foreign heads of state. This is an abuse of an elite service. I mean, I disagree that this is an abuse of an elite service because, I mean, the authorities literally failed to stop a terrorist plot at a previous similar concert. So you failed to save lives last time because you weren't vigilant enough. Anyway, one source said there was a great deal of concern about security in the Swift camp. And also this is coming off the back of a foiled plot in another country aimed at the same person. The SEG has a specific role and do not provide security cover for any private individuals, no matter how important. And God forbid, had there been an actual attack, then we would be having a whole conversation about how not enough was done. After the SEG's initial refusal, it's understood the Office of Met Commissioner Sir Mark Rowley intervened. Sources say Ms. Cooper stressed to the Met that any cancellation would be economically damaging and embarrassing, but SEG controllers are said to have remained steadfast. The Kaiser goes on to say, I'm not sure if we're supposed to be scandalized that Taylor and her mom apparently demanded police escorts, because I think their demands sound pretty reasonable overall. I agree. It actually seems typical of the British police to miss the forest for the trees. Regardless of whether British intel had knowledge of specific threats against Taylor, she literally just had to cancel her Austrian concert because of a planned terrorist attack. Taylor is also under a constant barrage of threats, which is why she also has tons of personal security. Why wasn't this a conversation between Taylor's private security and the police? I also think people underestimate how the 2017 terrorist attack at Ariana Grande's Manchester concert shook the music industry and changed the way Taylor and other artists approach their stadium tours. The whole Taylor got better security than Prince Harry thing is bizarre too. It's like the police steadfastly refuse to look at the actual threats against certain people. Security should follow threat, not rank. Who is this American woman demanding a police escort? Why should we protect the fifth in line to the throne? Taylor and Harry should be protected more than they are in the UK. Exactly. Exactly. Case closed. Taylor's demands are reasonable and so are Harry's. These are two people under threat. One of them, though, is a literal prince of the United Kingdom. So why are we even debating or going to court about whether or not he should be given security? Embarrassing for the authorities. Highly embarrassing. Black Queen, member for 10 months. YouTube took my over 24 months membership present from job. Oh, that could have happened. Would that maybe happen during my demonetization? Don't worry about it. I just appreciate your presence, Black Queen. That you donate extra. Thank you even more, but your presence is enough. You are very much appreciated. Jane, do I have a dog? No, I don't have a dog. I do, however, have my window open. That's the neighbor's dog. Yeah, this is an incredibly sensitive mic. And Lewis, Harry had also said he would pay for his security. Exactly. So that's another thing. That's what makes the whole argument, with Harry and his security just so ridiculous. And Lewis, you said Harry's security is top notch with no leaks. The British government and Home Office refused his armed security to travel in that country. Only British armed forces. That's what Swift's got. Okay. Oh, sorry. And Lewis, you also said Taylor Swift got security, and Prince William and his 2 older kids attended her concert as well. Yeah, they were there. They were there. William was shaking it about. All right. Next thing I wanted to mention. Oh yeah, Shola actually tweeted about this as well. If Taylor Swift can get police protection, right, and rightly so, because of a terror threat, so should Prince Harry, because of the real threat of domestic terrorism and death threats he, Meghan, and the kids face in the UK. They don't. We know why. Indeed, we know why. Indeed, we know why. In other news, the Wells are back at work with a small W. The grin is also back. I feel like there's a small part of me, I must confess, that missed the grin. I missed the grin. I missed the jazz hands. Baron does it a lot better than me, but I truly do miss both the grin and the jazz hands. And they are back to work with a small W. They went to Southport, I guess, to pay their condolences for what happened. William still has his beard. That whole homeless promo that he shot, I think he shot it prior to growing his beard, because I was wondering where the beard went. It is still here, folks. The beard is here. Is William okay? I'm trying to be as nice as possible. Is William okay? This man does not look well. He looks stressed. He looks like he has the weight of a million secrets on his shoulders. He looks like he is anxious. The skeletons in his closet are about to come bursting out. Anyway, that's all I had to say for today. Thanks for coming as always, folks. We'll see what the rest of the year gives us. We've still got the Polo documentary coming up. I think that we will probably get RO maybe in the spring. The reason I say the spring is if not the spring, they might surprise us just before Christmas for the Christmas buying rush. I would be very, very surprised actually if RO came out in January or February. Because even with Meghan's influence, that is the worst time for retail. But who knows? So I would say maybe spring latest for RO. Maybe sooner. Maybe we'll get lucky and it'll come out just before Christmas. Who knows? And we also know that we have a cooking show coming up. All right, let me get through your comments and then we will wrap things up. Thank you so much, Rahini and Janita, for your humor today. I'm so sorry. I'm actually cooking at the moment. Otherwise, I'd actually have you come up. We'll see. Why won't they let Harry pay for his security? Well, they don't want to give him security at all. But also, if Harry was to pay his own security, it would further show how independent him and Meghan are. Somebody who can pay hundreds of thousands for security definitely isn't struggling for coins. And part of the narrative that they're trying to paint is that Harry and Meghan are struggling. So that's another reason why they will not let him pay for his security. Thank you, Black Queen. You said Kitty Cat crowning glory is all lie. Fake tresses bought from Temu. Oh no, surely Shein. Come on now. We're not that far down that we've gone to Temu. Surely Shein. Thank you for the donation, Black Queen. Let's see. Yeah, Kathy, William doesn't look well. Oh yes, Raven, the Tyler Perry Award. How could I forget? That's in December as well. Yeah, so we'll probably get to see them, Harry and Meghan, one last time. Who knows? You know, they've given us a very corporate Christmas card for the last 2 years. So who knows? We could get a family Christmas card. Maybe, maybe not. We probably won't see the kids, but maybe Harry and Meghan will be on it. Who knows? Thank you so much, Jane, for joining. Lottie, no, William is not okay. He's busy trying to copy Harry. Imagine your monitoring spirit being your brother. No. Yeah, Kobe, his hatred and jealousy for his brother has finally caught up with him. It's all over him, indeed. A possessed future king. Not good for your health. All right, folks, I'll wrap things up there. Thank you as always. Thank you again to everyone who's been supporting the book, and I hope you're all enjoying it and get a lot out of it. Enjoy the rest of your day. Ciao.